Like I understand not all women. Fine, fine. But the exceptions don't break the rule; they prove the rule. Like this is a known. That's the only I think that's the only discrepancy we have is like you're going well not all women and I'm like the vast majority of them if they told the truth. Women don't tell the truth about body count. They're not going to tell the truth about if you're the beta security guy. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you you're the man, and you'll be the man until you run up into the man. Like it's whatever. Preference is preference. We have preferences too. Like a lot of dudes are married to chicks that are not their first choice or women that they are necessarily attracted to at the highest level. It's the one that they could get. There's no difference.
No, there is a bit of a difference there because with men, because we bought into this belief that we have this biological imperative to just put ourselves in trees and hump on anything that moves. We often miss out on the woman that we're supposed to marry and then settle for the next one. A lot of times you'll see dudes go from a 5-year relationship where they were cheating on this woman, putting her through hell, and marry the very next woman that they get with. Like that's on
That don't
us.
correlate, bro. That don't mean that, though.
Yeah, that was about to say. I was like,
I don't
I
even know how
mean,
you made that comparison just now.
yeah,
Because I mean, we could be we'll drag something along. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're the best guys in the world, but we'll drag a 5-year relationship on with a girl that we don't want, and then
yeah,
we'll find something. The next one could be the one we wanted. Maybe that 5-year process was us trying, getting our money together or whatever. And once we made it, hey, like we'll upgrade on you. But what you
right,
just said, that doesn't correlate, bro. Like,
yeah. I mean,
What's
what you're
not
saying,
connecting
but
for you?
but but the difference is this. There is no difference because women do that too. It's called monkey branching. It's people do that to get what they want. You're gonna have somebody there who gives you access to sex, and then once you get established, just like the gentleman was saying, you're gonna go, I can do better than this. Like you're not growing with me, or you're trying to stay where you was at. You stay there. Women do the same thing. They'll get a dude that'll be a placeholder till she gets the opportunity to get something better or more of whatever it is that she is looking for at
Hey,
that
okay,
time, and she'll swing over to that.
hey, gentlemen, let's get another person in there. Go ahead, Ricky, back
All right.
up.
Peace, guys. Peace. How y'all doing, my bro? How
What up,
y'all doing?
Ricky?
Look great.
Trey, what's up? Pro, what's up? JT, what's up? Hey, look, man. What's this discussion about? Is a debate about is there a sexual marketplace,
That's the
right?
first part of it. Yes.
Okay, so let's simplify this so we can get past it. Why do nightclubs exist?
Mm.
Why do they serve liquor at nightclubs? Why do you buy nice clothes? Why do
Easy
you
money.
want clean shoes? Why do you want a nice car if you're single when you go out? Right?
Easy money.
Because when you're out, you want to be able to select a person from the marketplace.
Mm.
I'm not talking. See, what we get confused, and I understand. Y'all try to put the marriage in the same boat as the sexual marketplace. There are two different things, gentlemen.
Right.
Facts.
Right? The sexual marketplace is why do poo like Proto said or Ray, what's up, Ray? Right?
What's up, Ricky?
Like he said, right? Everybody has their place in the marketplace, and everything has a value. Pookies are chose because they look good and they have a stake. They usually look good, smell good, and can fucking spit game, right? That's their place in the marketplace. Why do high value men get picked, right? Because they got dough, they got their shit together. A woman's more secure. All this leads to sex. All of this leads to sex, the sexual marketplace. Whether it concludes with a relationship or is just fucking, it all has to happen somewhere, and that's the sexual marketplace. It exists. You can act like it doesn't exist. You can keep fooling yourself, right? But then you still be lying to yourself. It exists. Now, if y'all want to talk about marriage, that's a totally different ball of wax. But to get there, you got to go to the sexual marketplace. I am done.
Yeah, who's
Did you hear
next?
what I said?
Who wants to go next? Who is? Ferg, you ready or what?
Yeah, bro. Can y'all hear me, man? I sound crazy. Yeah, we can hear
No,
you,
go
man.
ahead, man. We hear you.
I think my voice sounds a little crazy. So Easy Money, you was all over with your answer, and it's sort of interesting. I don't want to go in, brother. I think you married, right?
I am. I mean, you can
Okay.
feel free. Everybody else going on.
No, so Easy Money.
Hey, bro.
I hope you're and your wife long success. But brother, if you was to get back out on this marketplace, you will understand your sexual market value immediately. You will understand that immediately out here. And I hope you and your wife get to raise your children together until you get old and gray and slim down a little bit. And you'll see your sexual marketplace.
Oh, you don't think I can stick? Oh, bro. We
No,
gonna have to talk after this then, because you
what
is
I'm saying
mistaken.
is, Easy Money, as you get
Well,
older,
I might
your
need to
value.
send you my DMs, my man.
No, I don't do
Oh,
no DM. Boy,
Lord.
listen,
Hey, we need
I
that
don't do no
womp womp
man.
womp sound effect with on
Right.
that last
I'm
statement.
on front chest to chest with man. I don't do no DMs, man. That's not my style. But what I'm saying, Easy Money, as it pertains to the women, listen, as it pertains to the women, our pain post on it at the beginning of this video about other countries. It's promoted in America because if the women can run wild, it has to make the man, especially we the strongest. You promote this sexual activity within the women, especially the black women, because they get as horny as a black man. And then they'll, with the wildness they're able to do, right? Because other countries, the women are chaste, they sort of covered up. They ain't out there sleeping with everybody, regardless if they have money or not, because they got money, they'll arrange them like y'all keep that money. But if they just regular working people like most of us, you got to go through a process. In America, they immediately allowed a woman, by the time she's 13, she can run buck wild. Then you meet her at 24. She done slept with all her high school friends. And think about it, the young guy got the same mama, so he's in the same lifestyle. He's understanding that early in his life. So, but if a brother just continue to work, he'll be our sister. They might do that for 10 years, have 3 kids, and you come along with money because you look like you're going to need that change to get them. Got to keep your beard straight. You're going to have to come with that bread. And she's going to say, I want 150. And look, she got $100,000 worth of debt, still wearing wigs, still wearing makeup, smell like pickle juice, and you trying to sex her. But another dude is already keep running. You see, you can hear him on here. I was with a guy 2 days ago. That's because Easy Money is easy and old boys coming through a rough and wild. Easy Money, man, you got to look at the reality, man. You got it backwards. I'm sorry.
I'm glad I brought him here. Hey, listen, Trey, regular Trey, you got something? Go ahead first. Then JT, go ahead.
Unlit it.
Yo, I'm sorry. That's just the thought I have with Easy and his wife. I just feel like she'd just be like, yeah. He'd be like, okay. But anyway, I would ask this. I didn't get here on time, so my excuse for my tardiness. But what evidence is there to show that there isn't a SMV? Any evidence to show that there isn't?
So I'm glad you asked the question because I think that, and we're probably going to end up saying much of the same thing. I mean, roughly, my theory I call it the proximity theory. And ultimately, what that means is if you want women for whatever purpose that is, you need to go and be around them. And ultimately, what we're seeing today is a society where people aren't just hanging out on corners anymore. You can't just go kick it at the liquor store no more. You're not just hanging out outside. You're going to work and you're going home, and you might jump on panels on YouTube, and that's about it. Therefore, you're not putting yourself in proximity with the people that you ultimately want to be with. And so my theory is the men who spend time around women and find them attractive, and eventually you'll find someone who finds you attractive, and then you'll be able to, relationship, dating, sex, whatever. That's ultimately what it is.
What are, let's say, 21 to 35-year-olds, male and female, what are they doing on a Friday night and a Saturday night?
Probably on YouTube.
Not between the ages of 21 to 35. Between the ages of 21 and 35, more than likely they are in the nightlife. They are outside the home on Friday night and Saturday night. They are probably more than likely at your downtown club. They are probably at the hookah spot. They're probably at the dance spot. They're probably at somebody's house, at a kickback. They're probably at a concert. They're probably at a weed smoke spot. They're not in the home. So they may even be at a strip club, depending on who they're. The point I'm trying to make is that I don't think that your theory of, well, because more people are not going outside, then that means that the marketplace is gone. I believe that the marketplace has always been here. Now, there may not be as many participants in the marketplace as there once was, but it is still here and it hasn't gone anywhere. I think Uncle Rick did a good job of explaining why it's still alive and why it's still here, so I won't beat that horse. But I think ultimately, at the end of the day, most people who are in this marketplace, this sexual marketplace, they are out and about on Friday nights and Saturday nights looking to showcase their value to be able to get a little piece of action, both male and female.
And
So Trey, the only place I push back on that slightly is the economic dynamics aren't the same. So we're living in a world with $10 eggs, $11 eggnog, and $12 per pound steak. And the wages have not kept pace with that level of inflation and price increase. And so where me and you are of the age where, we wear our big white tees and go to the club and do the snaps and all that to the Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, like at this point, there's not as much of that happens just because of an economic thing.
Right.
Well,
And
that's why I disagree with you on that, for the simple fact that women don't spend money on Friday and Saturday nights anyway.
Right.
So
Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
You cut half of it out. You cut half of the population out right there because the women ain't spending the money. So the question is are the men spending the money? And yes, the men are spending money on women.
Right. And the thing is that as you spoke to proximity, right? The problem is that when the women in the marketplace are in that proximity, because the marketplace has expanded to places like Bumble, right? Instagram, TikTok, right? The marketplace is more vast, so they believe their value is higher because they have men or other people in their DMs talking to them that they believe they have access to in the marketplace.
And to Ricky's point, Ricky, let me piggyback you real quick. And to Ricky's point, that's 100% physical, easy. All you doing is looking at people on those apps. Your initial judgment is based on the look, what they look like. It's a split second, left or right. You're looking at them, which means that whole physicality piece is even more important at this point if you're actually out here dating. Because all they're doing, especially if you're on the dating apps, they're looking. They're not going, are you rich, unless you throw a picture of the car in there, which you can do if you got the car for it.
Tinder is known as a hookup app.
Facts.
Right? Again, the sexual marketplace exists. It exists 100%. Again, I just wanted to nail that point.
Let JT get a little bit of this since he hasn't said anything yet. Go ahead, JT.
Well, I mean, shit, they already put it right where it was supposed to be. It's right there especially when you're talking about the clubs. Let me tell you, as a DJ, clubs are still bumping. The motherfuckers are still outside for 2 or 3 hours. If it's a dope ass club, they out there standing, they out there getting VIP and all kind of other shit. It's still going. But just like Trey said, the men are paying. Women ain't paying. They got them skimpy ass dresses on. They ain't got no money in the dresses. They don't carry no fucking purses. They go in that motherfucker and get the money from the men. That's what it is. So
JT, really quick on that piece. To your point, they're not paying to get into the club, but they are paying for the wigs and the bundles and the lashes and the makeup. So there's a sunk cost there that the women are incurring in order to go out and get the free club experience, if you will.
They're not paying for that either.
This dude is wild.
Easy. With all due respect, this is what I mean when I say a lot of people are out of touch, right? The women aren't paying for anything, sir. They don't pay for any of it. The nails, the hair, the lashes, the tans, the facials, the gym memberships, they don't pay for any of this. The clothes, they don't pay for this stuff. You want to know why? Because they got some sucker in their phone labeled shopping. They got some. I told you the story about cheesy bread. I told y'all. Did I tell y'all the cheesy bread? I didn't tell y'all the cheesy bread story, did I? But that was another panel. I'm sorry.
Tell it
A
again.
friend of
man.
mine
Tell
who
it
was
again.
chasing this girl for 3 years. And I asked him, I challenged him, I said, yo, just call her phone one time when you sit next to her, see what you label it as in her phone. So he did it. He said that his name popped up as cheesy bread. And here's the reason why his name popped up as cheesy bread. Because when she used to be at work, she used to hit him up and say, I'm hungry. He would go grab her some cheesy bread and drop it off. So she labeled him cheesy bread. These women don't pay for anything, sir.
So to your point, Trey, I know people like that, and I got well, not really a homegirl, but I know women who've procured, upward of $30,000 off of one dude at a time. So like that stuff does happen, but that's not. I wouldn't say that that's the majority,
So okay, before we go further,
but that does happen.
Well, easy. The point is that there's a sexual marketplace out there, and we're all playing in it, whether we want to admit it or not. And we all have a location in it. Now, I'm not passing.
Well, I think you retired, Payne, ain't you?
No, well,
You're out of game.
hold on for a second. Let me say this. I know you like to try to retire me.
That jersey up in the rafters right now.
However, even if you're married, you're still in the marketplace, right? You can't take it for granted where you are, right? Because I still have a woman, still have a wife, so you got to still do what you do. Not that I think she's going to go anywhere, but I can't take that shit for granted. And no man out there who's married better do that either. Anyway, Lit, do you have anything to say? Lost in translation. I shouldn't have said it that way. What you got on? I said it the wrong way.
Man. Here's my thing, man. We try to label stuff we already know what it is, man. Say, for instance, you want to go to the store, you want to get some peaches, right? You got to go to the store because that's where the peach is at. Well, that's where men and women go to the club so they can go get some peaches. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. They're gonna wear them skimpy outfits so that you can see what you like. The guy's gonna put on the best outfit, the best smelling, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna rap a taste because normally you wouldn't do that behavior in the streets regular. Because people look at you like you're weird. But if you do that in the club, it's expected because that's how it goes. You see what I'm saying? You buy a chick a drink, what's up? And it goes from there. If she choose you, y'all agree upon what y'all gonna do later on or whatever, exchange numbers, and that's it. But at the end of the day, I think what we try to do is we try to vilify people's sexual urges. You see what I'm saying? And most people just want to get the best that they can get. Most men want to get the best woman they can get, and most women want the best man that they can get. And people pretty much fall into that order, based upon their experience. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes women have an inflated version of what they can get because guys basically will have sex with anybody. You know what I mean? You have 10s having sex with 6s and 4s just because, it's a slow night. You know what I mean? He had to get the 9s and 10s a day off from work. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, they kind of busy. Let me go and holler at one of these 4s down here. What happens is the 4s think that they 10s because the 10s slept with them. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is.
That's 3 o'clock.
Just like a wife takes on her husband's name, these bust downs they try to take on the value of whatever man they sleeping with.
Bars.
Again, putting verse on the marketplace. Some people have an overinflated value of what they're worth, which is why they can't get nobody. Some men believe they're greater than what they are, which is why they can't get a decent woman. Again, you're trying to assess the value and pay as little as possible for a product. You don't want to spend so much on a chick that been ran through by 20, 30 niggas, right? Oh, I'm going to treat her like a queen. She's a goddess, da-da-da-da. I'm going to flourish her with gifts and make her my name. No, because you will be overpaying for a product. The same with you. The same with women. They ain't trying to get stuck up with no dude that got 4 baby mamas, no driver's license, and no car, right? Spending up your tax money on a weed flip that never work out. They don't want to overpay because there's a marketplace. There's some guys that will settle for X, but they expect Y. There are some women that will settle for Y, but they expect X because there's a marketplace to do it. I'm just trying to stay on topic.
Hey, I got a question for you, R. Payne. Are you suggesting that there is still SMV for married men? Is that what you were saying?
No,
Did I hear that right?
no. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're supposed to be looking at it, but you can't exclude yourself from life. Now, if you're married, for me, I'm in a long-term relationship, and one of the things that keeps me going is that I don't underestimate the fact that my wife has never stopped being a woman. You know, and a lot of guys get into trouble when they take their women for granted. I don't. Right? She's with me because she made a choice to be. There's no fucking macho man. A lot of us think with macho, the women with. My wife's with me because she wants to be. And that's more powerful than anything in the whole fucking world, if you ask me. Because she made a choice, and she keeps making a choice. So
you window shopping. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm window shopping, but I mean, I'm still in them. Let me put it to you this way. How the hell do I know so much about what's going on out there? Because
you listen to us?
No, because I'm not separate from the world.
It ain't from experience, R-Pain. You get it from us. We tell you what's going on.
No. I get it from I get it from the environment. Yes.
R-Pain's the Rick Ross of these YouTube streets.
The YouTube streets and the regular streets. I mean, I have people outside of YouTube that I talk to. I mean, come on. But anyway, listen. No, I'm not looking, and that's not where I'm coming from. I just had a theory I wanted to float, and maybe you missed that part. And one of the things I did do, and I think Lost in Translation hit it, I'm not trying to lay any blame. Both men and women have a certain level of promiscuity. But the power in the promiscuity lies with the women. We've been the way we've been forever. Our promiscuity is a natural kind of thing. And we buck that system all the time. We make stupid choices because of our need for female to be plowing honeys. And the literature, the Bible, and every goddamn thing we've read tells us that shit's true. Even Abraham went to the tent, and we got the longest freaking sibling rivalry to history ever, and bloodiest sibling rivalry known to mankind. You know, so some of y'all might get that reference. So anyway, all I'm just trying to say is it's worth talking. So when I put that video out, Easy Money wanted to debate me, and I said, listen, man, you know, I wasn't ready to go live, but BMU, you know, he has this nice channel with all you fine gentlemen that come over and in your own way, help me tell Easy Money, you don't know what the hell he's talking about, God damn it. Anyway, get back on here, Easy Money. Who was Easy Money?
Hey, in the meantime, we have a commercial break by yours truly, R-Pain.
Toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
And there you have it.
Steaming ass.
I'm never gonna live that
It's been brought to you
gonna
by.
let you live that one down, R-Pain.
I swear to God.
Hey, y'all ain't peeped the steam at the top though. Y'all peeped the
steam. Come on, Easy Money. What you got to say, man?
No, I'm fascinated. Like I guess I just struggle a bit because when I think marketplace, I think of a place where people come and exchange goods and services. I don't view like relationships and sex and things like that as like goods and services. I don't view it that way.
But Easy Money.
That's why.
Right. But also,
I've never paid for it, so I don't know what that's like.
Oh
no! You hold up, Easy Money. Hold up.
No.
You paying a lifetime price, man. What are you talking about?
Hey, you told her you died for her. I ain't got to die for these hoes.
Let's see how far we can take Easy Money back, though. Easy Money fairly young, so Easy Money. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. No harm. How old are you? How old are you?
I'll be 39 this month if the Lord see fit.
So how long have you been married?
17 years next year.
Nice.
So go back 17 years. How old were you?
22.
Okay.
Yeah, 22.
22. A man 22 years old. That's what the world is saying about the young black man of today. A man 22 years old. He's been on the job how many years? because they expected you to be on the job making the $100,000 a year. At 22, when it was at your first job ever.
So at 22, I was actually making 50K at 22. Actually 60, my bad, 60.
Okay, 60K. So on your sexual market at 22, back 17 years ago, you making 50K. That's 120K today. So you making 50 on the market in your open single, your best fit days. Because when you're young, you're single. 22, you should be able to lift cars. So you mean saying on the market, you could go out in any day, you can get 4 or 5 of them to convert. You can get 4 or 5 of them of your choice. Light skin, big nose like me, all the way to chocolate mocha like Octane. You can get any of those. If you saw the picture, you can get it, and let's say it's 5. I ain't gonna get go 10, that's too much. So out of those 5, you can get 3, 2. I mean, I wasn't maybe 1. Because you've been married a long time. So I can understand what you're trying to see because you ain't in the marketplace. So back then, how many was you getting when you go out with your 50K in your car? You had a car, right?
So to that point, let me slow you down just a little bit, Trey Ferg. So to that point, when I was 22 and we got married, we had already been dating for about a year and a half before that.
Okay, so before you met her and you said that was your wife, from 18 to 22, were you out here on the sexual marketplace 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5? Which one were you? At 22.
Going out.
That's going out. That's easy to remember, man. You ain't number
probably
39.
2-3 times a week, three times at the most.
You was pulling like that at least 3 times a week or going out. I ain't talking about going out. No, okay. So when you went out 3 times, let's just say we're gonna give it 3 times. Out of the 3 times each night, go get 3 chances. You're gonna go out and you're gonna try to talk to 3 chicks. That's 9 girls, right? At the end of the week, you try to hit on 9. Did you get 3 of them, 2 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them?
I was probably more of a 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 in a good week. But then I really wasn't trying like that though.
So
dude, Easy wasn't in the marketplace, bro. He got the first thing that held still and tapped out, bro.
Nah, it wasn't quite that.
Easy at most. And this is just numbers. You had 18 to 22, and you said a year before that you was already dating this chick, bro. Which, how long were you chasing her before y'all dated? You weren't out there, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know what it's like? It's like the rookie who comes to the league. It's like the rookie who comes to the league and he win a championship his first year. It's like he don't know the chase anymore. He don't know the hunt anymore. He didn't have to wait 7, 8, 9, 10 years to get the ring. He got it in his first year. You got your
wait a second. Wait, y'all making a lot of assumptions, man. Y'all like I wasn't out here riding my bike at 11 o'clock at night to go and see women. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro, there ain't that many women to go see when you ain't able to go out. Shut the fuck up.
Honestly, I was probably more in my prime right around the end of high school, beginning of college.
So did you play football, didn't you? Easy. Hold up. Easy, you played sports?
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense because like you had parties and stuff. So I'll give you that. But what I'm saying is like you tapped out when you were at your highest value for that age group. You didn't go to the clubs. You didn't experience the adult marketplace. So your view of it is very minute in comparison because you got married right when you were ascending into the adult marketplace. You never got your value assessed as an adult. You didn't experience what you're talking about. If you played sports and you were good at sports, that's the highest of the hierarchy in high school and college. You never went into the actual adult marketplace, my guy. Like I'm just saying, which is good. It's terrible.
Basically, he's saying you got all your meat that you bit on the neck from the teeny bopping clubs. You know what I'm saying? You got your little hot little 18-year and bite on the neck and drag it back home to the cave.
Easy money. This is my last question.
Black man, I'm gonna get you. I see that quote.
This question is gonna be a little bit deep right here, but it's
Okay.
man for you. And you out there, hey, listen, you're a man. Was that your crowning moment as a boy going into a young man when you met her?
No,
Was that your ultimate, like, I
No.
made it finally? So you was out there willing and dealing before then, right? You was out there willing and dealing. So you came out of your peak out of high school, 18 to 21, because 22 you was married. So 21 years old, you ain't been to no club, you ain't been to no party. You riding bikes up the street to the grocery store.
Man, I shouldn't have said that. Now y'all gonna clown me for riding a bike, man. Hey, if she calls, like you get on that bike, baby.
No. Ain't nothing wrong with
It's
riding
kind
a
of hard
bike,
to
bro.
pick up chicks in the basket of your bike, bro. That's all we say.
Hey, Easy Money. The girl you rode your bike, was that your girlfriend?
No.
Cap, I don't believe you.
That
You
was
look like a
dumb.
relationship.
Nah, that was
You look like a
something else.
relationship dude to me.
Oh my God.
That was his first
So it's funny that you
relationship.
say that because that was a bit uncomfortable for me to be out here like, yo, baby, you know what I'm saying, to be spitting game and all that. Like that was a little uncomfortable for me. So you got me pegged, man.
But
So,
Easy Money,
listen,
a lot of brothers young like it. I like it. A lot of
Before we
brothers
go
are right
on,
now.
before we go on any more on Easy Money, let's just kind of bring it back for a little bit. One of the things, Easy, that we have some not anecdotal, but we have some near-term evidence about the sexual marketplace value with one successful woman who won't go away, and her name is Ebony K. Williams. She epitomizes the fact that there's a sexual marketplace value because she still doesn't understand why and where she fits in. And she says it every time she opens her mouth. Because some basic things she doesn't understand. One, that as you succeed and you become a 1%er, let's just say she's a 2%er woman, or man for that matter, with the money and notoriety. For a woman, you take your hypergamy with you, right? So she doesn't understand. There ain't going to be 100,000 different men, black, white, or indifferent, for her to pick from. That's one. And the second thing is she's talking about she wants to look for a partner, right? Which women still don't understand that sounds like shit to a man who's on his grind, okay? Because if she was to find a high value man higher than her, he ain't looking for no goddamn partner. He's looking for a wife. And there's a difference. She's automatically talking about her situation with him is going to be transactional, depending on how much of a partner he is. And when that partnership doesn't fit her, she's gone. Nobody's going to sign up for that shit. You know, so she doesn't understand. As smart as she is, she still don't understand the goddamn basics. And she should take it from Mr. Boomer here. If I had a day to talk to her, I'd straighten her ass out. Because I'll tell her that if you want somebody, you got to stop saying this bullshit you're talking about. You want to be a wife? Shut the fuck up sometime.
Did you hear what I said?
You would just do what all y'all old folk already do, which is just tell her shit she already knows, because she already knows all of that. She is unwilling to accept the truth.
No, that's what I would tell her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
she knows.
I hear you, Trey, but the point is,
you be wasting it.
She keeps saying that shit means that she wants it
Well,
her
what
way.
else is she supposed to say, R-Pain? Is she supposed to say that she messed up her life and that she wasted the best years of life? What is she supposed to say?
Okay, I know. If she's gonna come on these airways and keep backpedaling, she's acting like she's open to hear what she needs to hear. The problem is that the goddamn
is that gonna make money? Let me finish.
Let me finish. The goddamn men who are interviewing her should be charging her ass up, and they don't. They give her these soft shoe fucking questions. Yo, Ebony, you know, I mean, okay,
Right,
Trey,
I don't think you understand entertainment.
I'm gonna let you talk. If you had a chance to interview Ebony K. Williams, would you be soft shoeing her or not?
I would soft shoe her because I'm gonna make a ton of money off of her. Yes.
Okay.
That's the point. That's the point you're not understanding. This ain't
soft shoe nobody. You
guys always want to do this revolution shit. They don't give a fuck about no damn revolution, bro. They don't care.
I ain't talking about revolution.
This girl wants to sell books. She wants to make money. And so you think she's gonna get up there and say, I wasted my 20s? I wasn't a good fiance. I wasn't this, I wasn't that. She's never going to say that. She's going to keep perpetuating the bullshit that we already know, and she knows it too. She knows it. She knows what she stands on the sexual marketplace. She knows it. She just knows that she can't demand what she wants anymore. So fuck it, I'm gonna make as much money as I possibly can.
The trade, but she already, just for the fact that you said what you said, she already admitted that she fucked up.
So why not go make the money?
I'm not saying she shouldn't make the money, but I'm just saying. I know you're saying that she's not sincere about what she's talking about. All I'm just trying to say is I'm trying to listen. Okay, we're talking hypotheticals here. Okay, if I had a chance to talk to Ebony K. Williams, I would give her the chance to tell me what you're telling me in secret. Listen, I know what the deal is. Just shut the fuck up. I want to make money. And then I'll say, okay, yeah, Trey was right.
No, you wouldn't have to worry about that because she wouldn't come on your show because nobody's going to watch
No, I said hypotheticals, God damn it, Trey.
I'm being hypothetical too. She wouldn't come because nobody's going to watch
right, man.
She's only going to do the show where she knows that people are going to watch it because that's the content that they want. They want to hear her talk about, I'm going to get that's right. It's entertainment at this point. We all know what Ebony K. We know she's a failure, bro. Everybody knows it. She knows it. Everybody knows it. At this point, it's worthless to keep talking about it. It's the same thing with Jada Pinkett. We know what time it is with Jada Pinkett. Why we keep talking about her, right? We know it.
Well, let's keep it on Ebony K. See. First of all, you won't allow me my hypotheticals without putting your goddamn Treyism on it. I'm just saying. If I had a goddamn chance to have her say something, even if it's in private with me and her, I would tell her straight skinny, and she could tell me exactly what you just said. Yo, you know what?
Do you know how you get her to say the things you want her to say? She would have to be in some sort of round table. She would have to be on some sort of like Fresh and Fit type situation where she would be the elder woman, and then she would have to explain to the younger women like what she did and what mistakes she made. That's the only way you're going to get the answers that you want from her. That's the only way you're going to get the answers from her. She'd have to put her in a position where she would have to explain the decisions that she made. But if you do a one-on-one interview, she's just going to sit there and tell you, oh, I can still find a man. I can still do this. I can still do that. I'm still high value. She's just going to keep perpetuating what she believes.
If it's a public interview, yes. But she already did a mea culpa in a couple of us. I've been following some of her stuff, and if I had the clip, I'd play it. She did a mea culpa a little bit already. But anyway, I don't want to beat this about her, but I hear your point, and I'm not going to argue it because I know she knows. If you're telling me she's smart enough to know where she's at, I agree with you. She knows what she knows.
So let me say something about that. So the thing is about someone of like Ebony K. Women that's her age they're the low on the totem pole when it comes down to the sexual marketplace or the dating market, right? They're kind of like the low ones on there. Let me explain. She was on what was that? She was on the Breakfast Club, right? And it goes to what Trey was saying. It had to be, in order to have the interview to be more of interesting for people to tune in, you had to have some type of confliction, right? So what did they do? They had a younger woman that had a problem with what she was saying. They had her as the elder, and they had the younger woman, because this is the thing. The women that are her age, they ain't even talking what the younger women are talking now. They done flip this shit so much, man, where it's like a pussy dick thing now. It's just whores and tricks. That's basically what it is. It's whores and tricks. It's not only in the music, but you hear them talking about it. Look at how many people have panels now, and listen to what the younger the woman is, the dumber that they sound. It's crazy. They sound stupid as hell, but guess what? The men are the ones feeding into it. Those are the ones that are feeding into it. So it just took, like, they're still taking, the women are still taking this dating thing, this so-called dating thing, by the stirrups, and they're using it. They're leading it. They're leading it to hell, but they're still leading it. And what they're saying now is that fuck your proposal. Fuck that marriage shit, right? Because they're young. They're 22, 25 years old. You know, they still think at 30, they still think that they 22 and 25 years old. And they're trying to talk with those 22 and 25-year-olds that's talking. And guess what ended up happening? Before they know it, they're 40. They done had 2 children. They done had a baby daddy that they can't get out their goddamn life because they on and off. Why? Because the only niggas that's fucking with them is the niggas that just want to fuck. That's it. Then they get their heart broken. Then they get somebody to do them in. You know, next thing you know, they bitter. Guess what they start talking about now? All niggas ain't shit. This is what the market is. The older women, they're trying to revert back. You know, now you hearing this little trend now. Go back to your baby daddy. Go find the original dude that you with. You hearing women saying all kind of shit right now because they all lost in this damn thing. That's why, like when Easy was saying that it's not a market, yes it is. It's just fucked up. It's tainted. It's fucked up.
Just
It's all fucked up. I'm glad I ain't, man, shit. I had game in my 20s and shit like that. And just like Easy, I got married at 22. I divorced in 29. So, you know, I got back out there in that damn field. I was like, the shit changed for me. I was like, what the fuck are these dumbass women talking about? So I was so old school where I was like, shit, this motherfucker, I was DXing bitches left and right. Cause I'm like, man, I can't find nobody to be serious with. I said, so yeah. Trey know what I'm talking about. Because they, you know, marriage has spoiled me. And I was just one of those dudes who was like, man, I'm not taking that goofy ass shit she talking about. And I was in the club and I was a DJ, you know, and I was producing and all kind of other shit that I was doing. So I was in that life and I was in it strong too. And I was a goddamn biker. So imagine how that shit was looking for me.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, listen, okay, so there was another premise that I put out there, and we can just chop that up real quick, and we're not getting into the details. Well, then you guys can tell me what you think. So do you think the premise of my theory is true, that female promiscuity influences the sexual marketplace more than male promiscuity?
Yeah, because men gonna be doing it anyway, regardless. You know, we just don't advertise it like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I was thinking about, R-Pain? You said that those guys gave Ebony K. Williams softball questions. I think that was a brilliant opportunity to actually extract her how she arrived at her situation.
Yes,
because a few months earlier she was saying that she had 2 vials of some of America's finest black sperm that she got from California.
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden, she said she had 2 vials of America's finest black sperm. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to, if I was there, I would have asked her, well, you know, seeing is that you've, you know, made an about face and you're telling that women, hey, you know, while you're in college, you should get your MRS along with your JD and all this other stuff. So I would have asked her, what made you come to that conclusion? I can assure you that this is probably the conversation she had with her doctor. He probably said, hey, you know, them eggs that you froze, they kind of scrambled. Anybody who's ever been to biology knows that when you freeze something, that ice crystals separates the eggs mitochondrial walls. You understand what I'm saying? And what happens is that's the reason why so many eggs are not viable. So as you get older, those older eggs that you have, the telomeres on the end shrink. So what happens is those older eggs that you have, you can't really use them. So I'm pretty sure that the doctor told her, I said, hey, look, it ain't looking good for you. You know what I'm saying? I know you got to, you know, to find this black sperm, but the, you know, the pocketbook that you put them in got holes in it.
So the translation.
Hey.
Another thing is, wouldn't it be ironic if those 2 vials of sperm are from the bus driver?
I hope not.
Because from the bus driver, how does she know?
Man, she took a raw steaming hot dump on the bus driver. I wouldn't date a bus driver if he owns the bus. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
A bus driver would be more inclined to go to the place and shoot in the thing. You think a high value man is going there to do that? If God need a couple of bucks, he's going to the sperm donor. Matter of fact, black men out there, if you're going to the sperm donor, they're undercharging you. Charge more because that shit is expensive. It's gold.
Right.
But not only but he's 2-footed and not me. Oh, baby, gonna
That's
come
all
out
I'm
with
saying. It's just a theory. I'm here for theory tonight. Anybody else on the
What?
I'm
marketplace?
over here for
What
prototype
has
tonight.
Ebony K. Williams done to you, R-Pain? What you
I
heard
heard
her,
that.
you heard demise
I
so
know,
bad.
but she's a good example. She's just a good example. That's all.
R-Pain.
First of all, she's growing on me. She is absolutely growing on me. Because all I wish
Yeah,
is
like
I
a
had a
fungus.
chance to talk to her so I could save her life. Captain Save Her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
say
baby
this.
boomer talk right there. That's baby boomer talk.
Yeah,
Put that cape back. Put that cape back.
I'll say
I
this
can
here,
save you, sweet thing. I can save you, baby. I can change your life in 1 year. Just give me 1 year. Give me 1 year, baby. I can change your life.
Oh, I won't be the guy. I'm just trying to give her advice. Hey, okay, so on the sexual marketplace, who else? Anybody else have anything on this? Okay.
On the sexual marketplace, the question that you asked about the women's promiscuity, it damages the it's almost like the thriving culture of the Black community, their promiscuity, but it also hurts, man, it hurts deep as far as financially, because a sister will, it's like they have endless bank accounts, and they'll spend a bulk of 20 years just buying the wig, the makeup, the hole in the jeans, and they can make all this stuff out of old jeans, but they'll just waste all the kids, the young smart daughter or son with the talent, they just waste all their college opportunity. The little girl, she just get back out here and repeat the same things. It's crazy now. So it hurts. If you look at it, it hurts the financial market in our ability to sustain longevity in these communities, because even though we've been living in a lot of these communities, their wild behavior ain't really brought no gain to the community. It just brings more waste and more downfall for real. And a brother still has to continue to work. And you know what I'm saying? I just hope that everybody, you know, brother, when they get 38, 40, man, just cut out the nonsense, man. Go do something to get yourself in a place as you grow older. You can relax at 48 and 50. Don't have no children out of wedlock at all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, if you want to get some snapper every night, man, just cover it up, man. Just cover it up, man. Don't do it. So just cover it, man. Easy Money Jones.
Okay, go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trey, first.
No, I'll just say Easy Money Jones. I hope you're not sitting around a group of 10 brothers and y'all all having the same conversation.
No, he's surrounded by a bunch of women with that convo, bro.
Nah, so what's funny is I got a homeboy, like one of my best friends of all time, and we had these debates all the time, man. He comes to me with he sounds a lot like Ray, you know, he'd be on that red pill-ish type talking points, and we go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But the thing is, there are things that I pick up from him, and there's things that he pick up from me. He texted me not that long ago, and he's like, "Hey man, you know that stuff I was arguing with you about, turns out you was right." And I'm like, "Hey, the genius ain't always appreciated in his time, you dig?"
You know what, Easy? I'm glad
Not
you
with them
said
feminine
that.
points.
I'm glad you said that, but please don't hold your breath, because I ain't sending you a text on this one. You're absolutely wrong on this. That shit ain't coming. All right, so you ain't get one. We can debate some other stuff, but this one, no.
I know. So to be fair, R-Pain, like it's just a theory that I got more than anything else. And you know, I happened to catch your video, and you're somebody that I enjoy, you know, talking to, listening to. So it's just a thing of respect when I brought it to you. Like it's not really a right or wrong thing, because, you know, to your point, I can talking through it now, and wherever Ricky Williams was, shout out to him for trying to give it to me in the smart dummy terms. I appreciate that. You know, I think I see a little bit more clearly what you guys are saying when you're saying the marketplace. It's not like a literal marketplace per se, but when you're existing and you're out there, there are certain things that people are judging you by relative to your attraction. And there are certain things that make you, in general, more attractive than other people who don't have that thing. So I think I could see that. That's fair.
No, Easy. No, we exchanging goods and services out here, bro. It's happening.
Nah, you ain't gonna give me there, man. You ain't gonna give me there.
Yeah. It's like a
That goods and service.
Nah, I heard about you. I don't know if it's goods and services with you, man. I don't know.
So, Ray, you have anything?
I exchange both goods and services.
And
Yeah.
service.
No,
So,
no.
Ray,
I mean,
go ahead.
he understands. I mean, people are choosing. That's just what it is. I mean, I was out this weekend. Trust me, these clubs out here in KC are packed. I was out this weekend. Had no offense, Arpain, but there was a boomer out there trying to holler at this chick. So I ran into this influencer chick here locally. You know, old boomer tried to step to her, and she did that dude dirty, and then like put my hands on her titties, bro. And he had to sit there with his lip out, bro. Like people are choosing. Like I was just like, bro, you better go back and find your wife. Like you better find her. It's hard out here.
I went to a hookah spot on Saturday. They played the game of who gonna pay more for the table. We had already reserved a table, but another group came in and said we'll pay more for it. These fools decided to basically have an auction between the guys who wanted the table and us who had already reserved the table. We wound up paying more for the table just to get to the hookah spot. And this place was packed. I'm telling you, man, people are out here. I will agree with you, though. I do agree with you on this, Easy. There aren't as many participants. When you add in social media, when you add in the dating apps, when you add in the copious amounts of pornography and OnlyFans and stuff like that, right? I will agree with you that I don't think it is as many, right? If you take, say, in the 90s, where I believe almost everybody, for the most part, was out on a Friday night, Saturday. Nobody was really sitting at home back in the 90s, you know what I mean? But now, yeah, you're going to have a few more people. I do agree with you on that. But even still, that just goes to show you just how many people we really have, because these places are still packed. And I'm in D.C., but if you go to New York, Atlanta, Miami, Las Vegas, L.A., right, Memphis, St. Louis, all these places, man, them places are packed with people on Friday nights, and everybody trying to get them a little piece.
All right. Hey, Prototype, you got some more?
Nah, man, y'all done rip Easy to shreds, man. I don't even know what else to say to the guy, man.
There's some more meat on that bone, Pauls. There's some more meat on that bone.
Oh man, those are big pause, dog. But I think he understands. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he understands. I really think he was trolling for real. Because there's no way you didn't understand that there was that the marketplace exists. I know you've been married for the last 17 years, but you ain't blind, brother. You might be blind. I don't know. The glasses is crooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a matter of thing. I mean, it's a good conversation. You know, I'm glad. This is a heck of a panel, but I really think he was trolling, man. Because you can't be that blind, dog.
Hey, listen, man, you might be blind, but Trey always trying to say I'm blind. To Trey, I might as well not understand.
But can I throw something in here though?
Sure.
The whole issue is it's good that Easy is as delusional as he is because he did it right. Can we acknowledge that? The reason he doesn't know any better is because he didn't put himself in a position where he had to be out here and become a savage, bro.
I would like to pose a question.
He should not know what me and Trey know. He should not know what anyone else on this panel knows because he did what he was supposed to do.
Good man. Good
at
man.
20, at 22,
I want to
I
pose
was
a
a
quick
degenerate
question.
at 22.
I want to pose a question, right?
Before
Go
you
ahead,
answer the question,
Roll your question.
In this world we live in, right? And we do Prototype Dad over where I'm at, right? So in raising kids, would you want your son to understand, to live life like Easy, to get it like Easy did it, or to understand what we understand? What would be the best that you would want your son for their situation to be like? You know what I'm saying? So would you want your son to be like, stay out the way and find one woman, have a family, do it the absolute right way? Or would you want him to play the field and get his best options? Because there's a lot of BS that comes with this lifestyle. Some of the experiences we've been through. You know what I mean? We was taught our knowledge the hard way. You understand what I'm saying?
See, that's a great question. Let me answer that real quick. I would want them to have the mentality that I have, but I would want them to luck up like Easy did real early, so they don't have to
get off the fence, Arpain.
I mean, I want them to be. So wait, let me say this. Because I would expect that if I had a son, I'd be telling them all the pitfalls and all this kind of stuff. And say, if you find the right woman and in the right conditions, I'm not going to say, well, don't get married at 22. I want you to get some more pussy out there. I'm not going to say that to him. I'm not.
Is it easy? Is it easy or is it me? Which one you want?
First of all,
Like JT, you got to keep it real with him, JT. You want him easy,
if
or
it's
you want to
easy
have
or
my
me,
lifestyle? Which
if
one you want?
okay, if it's easy or me,
Well, no. Listen, Trey, you sound pretty unhappy most of the time, bro. I want him to have an easy life. Not gonna lie. Like, you out here mad, bro. Like, you be upset.
I'm not an unhappy person.
Okay, so let me finish this. I'm gonna get off the horse. I'm gonna say this. Listen, the difference between Easy and me is that I had from 22 to 25 to continue once I started working a little bit more time, 26, before I settled down with my wife. So I had a little bit more experiences in there, but none of them traumatized me.
The question.
No, so I did tell you the question. I would want my son to have the knowledge I have, but I wouldn't.
Nope. Stop doing that.
You can't tell me how to answer.
He posed the
All I'm
question.
just trying to say is I would not discourage my son at 22 if he found the right woman. I'm not going to say
you want him to get
I want
married
you
at
to
22,
stay out.
or do you want him to be single
Trey,
and live his
before you
life?
go, I'm not going to tell my son forgo the best woman that you think you have so you can get some more pussy. I'm not going to tell him that. I'm not. I'm just not going to.
Okay, so you picking Easy then?
Okay. I'll grant you. If that's what you're saying, I'll pick Easy.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
Can I answer from somebody who, like, I have a bunch of mentees that when we have our interns come in that I deal with regularly.
Ray, you sound like you talking on the Fisher Price speaking scale, man.
Well, that's because I'm in my car, bro, because some of us got businesses to run.
Yeah, you're good enough. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Anyways, when we have our mentees come in, like, I've got one specifically that I work with, like, every summer. I've known this kid since he was probably about 15 when he started coming out for summers. He's in college now. He goes through these relationships, and I just give him the truth. I just tell him the truth. I'm like, look, you need to look at this, this, and this. This chick's moving kind of sideways. Oh, you're having problems. Like, let's unpack it. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, you got your whole life ahead of you. But, like, if you find somebody that you're serious about, then just be serious about it. But understand, you have a lot of opportunity. And this kid comes from a rich family, so I'm like, you rich. Like, you have a lot more opportunity when you get older. Period. Like, you're going to be at the top for basically ever. He's in high school, he plays sports, and his family got money. And he's good at sports. I'm like, you're never going to be average if you don't want to be. But on that same note, I'm like, hey, if you can figure it out, figure it out. But understand that, like, these chicks, this is where they're coming from. This is the information they're getting.
You towing the fence too. You towing the fence on that, right? So, do you want him to get all the gushies out there, or do you want him to be right? A good husband.
Hey, prototype. That just goes to show you how great of a question it was. Nobody wants to give you a direct answer.
It goes back to what I always say. Just because you know the truth doesn't mean you got to be a bitch about it. You can know the truth and still have relationships. You can know the truth and still get married. You can know the truth and still be successfully married.
Who knows the truth at 22? Right?
Can I give y'all a straight answer?
Yes, go ahead, JT. Go ahead.
Please.
I will want my son to do it like Easy did it. Period. I would want him to do it like Easy did it. That's all it is, bro. At the end of the day, yes, I had experience because, again, this shit, and I don't bang on no boomers that much, but look, they was right there before me. And guess what my uncles was telling me? And all them old ass men, you got to get as much pussy as you can, boy. You do this. It was all the wrong shit. It was leading me down. Those motherfuckers turned me into a cheater before I was 14 fucking years old. I was conditioned to be a fucking cheater, and I was getting it wrong. I was losing a lot of shit. I lost good women because of my own goddamn and being in my own fucking way, right? I would rather for him to have it because he's gonna figure it out. If the marriage just don't work or whatever, man, oh well. But I think it would if he. The thing is this: when you're young and you can just stick that shit the fuck out, it's easier to stick it out when you're young. If you ain't got no goddamn baby boomers telling you get all the pussy that you can, and these hoes ain't really, those skeezers. That's what they used to call them.
Brown baby boomer here, goddamn it.
Right. So we used to brag. I mean, how many girlfriends you got? I remember my uncle asked me when I was in the 3rd grade, how was your grades and how many girlfriends you got? That's what he would tell me. You always got to have some money in your pocket, nephew. That was what they were saying. You always got to have some money in your pocket because these girls don't want no broke dude. They was telling me all kind of wrong shit. So by the time I was
and then they give you a crisp 20. Give you a crisp 20 and put it in your pocket. They was the worst, bro. My great uncle JT was the worst, bro. They were the worst. Oh, you only got one girlfriend? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with, even when I was in the military? What's wrong with you? You only got one girlfriend? What's your problem? What's wrong with you? Y'all not built like how we was built. Come on.
Right.
Easy. Let me ask you. What do you think I'm gonna say? Like you or my lifestyle? Which one you think I'm gonna say?
I think you're going to say like me.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the thing, and this is killing me to say this. And so screw you, Prototype, for even posing this question, for making me have to agree with Easy. But knowing what I know now as a 38-year-old man and going through the crap that I have gone through, I know for a fact that when I was 22, I came across some decent women. I know for a fact that even post 22, I can point to the woman I should have married. I can tell you exactly who I should have married because of all of the qualities that she had. So if it's my son, I tell my son, if you met that woman at 22, marry her now, because when you get to be my age, it becomes extremely difficult to find a woman that to marry. Now, here's the thing. We talk about the women having a wall all the time. The women have this wall, this physical wall. There is a wall for men too. When you get to a certain, it's not a physical wall, it's a financial wall. You don't know who to trust at this point. You start to make so much money, and you start to build these assets and build these portfolios. You can't trust them. You don't know why I have no idea why these women are here. Do they actually like me? Or do they like the lifestyle I could potentially provide them? I have no clue, and I have to take her at her word, and I have to do all of this vetting, which is why most of the time I'm on these panels, because I'm trying to pick up some nuggets from you married guys to try to add to this vetting repertoire of questions that I need to ask these women so I can find out which one is legit or not. So if it's up to me, I would say no. Go get her at 22 when you both really don't have anything, and build together, because more than likely she's more genuine, she's more honest, and she's probably a better person at 22. Because when you get to be my age, it gets difficult, very difficult.
I got a good question for you to ask them to vet.
But Prototype, hold on for a second. I want to get everybody.
No, I was going to give him a tool, a real quick tool. Ask these women who they are in their family. Like, what role do they play in their family? And that'll tell you a hell of a lot about who they are, what they're capable of doing, what they'll do, what won't do. Because if they are the one in their family, then they're less likely to make the bad decisions. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a good point. You know, real quick, and lost in translation, if you have something, I should stop asking you if you have something. You can go, and then you can go, Trey. You know, it's funny because I said that same thing to my sister once. My sister is younger, but she has her little segment of the family. And when my stepmother passed away, I told her when she was like, lamenting, I said, you know what? She was a police sergeant. And she's retired now. I said, listen, you're the matriarch of your family now. So everybody under that umbrella, you're going to have a lot to say, grandchildren, children, stuff like that. I'm here to talk to you anytime you need me and stuff. I said, there's nothing to be, don't be afraid of that. Just embrace it, because that's where you are. She took one of her aunts in, who's like 90 years old now. She does a lot. I said, it's up to you. So that's a good point. That's really a good point. She's married and stuff like that. Lost in translation, what you got?
Here's my thing, man. To tie it back into what you said, RP, I think most of the guys are taught how to be husbands. And I think what happens is that the women crush that dream by doing certain things on the side. You know what I'm saying? Just having, random guys on the side. That's how they survive. I was having this conversation with a female friend of mine today, and she's actually moving to a new apartment. And I was telling her, I said, how's that single independent life treating you? I said, you ain't got nobody to bring your boxes up. You know what I'm saying? You got nobody to help you fix this stuff. Ain't nobody to buy you this stuff. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, that's the type of stuff that women leave out. You know what I'm saying? That they always say, hey, I'm an independent and single woman, but you're not independent and single when it comes time to move. It's all those guys who brought your packages up, set up your desk, set up all this other stuff. You never mention those guys. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're going to sit up and say how you did it your own way. And that's not the truth of the matter of the story. And I think a lot of times guys get left out of the story because there are guys who do stuff in the background that really never get shows for whatever reason. Now to put it to what Easy said earlier, it's actually better to get married young, not for the sake of just getting married young, to reduce the amount of trauma that your woman is going through, because whatever she has, she's going to multiply it. So if she hasn't had all these bodies put on her, whatever, going through stress and trauma, she's not going to give that feedback to you. All she knows is you. You see what I'm saying? So whatever drama she got, she picked that up from you. So if you nice to her, you sweet to her, or whatever, she's going to give you that back. But my thing is this: when you have women who stretch this thing out until their 40s and 50s, imagine how many times they've had their heart broken. Imagine how many bad experiences they have. When you try to marry somebody like that, it's hard to change them because they're always in survival mode. That's the reason why most of the time when we talk about sexual marketplace value, they always want somebody who's tall because it's security. They always want somebody who makes more money than them because that's security. They want somebody who looks better than them because that's security. They want somebody who's smarter than them because that's security. That's the marketplace in itself. The problem with that is most guys don't really hit their stride, man, until they 30 years old. Am I not right, Trey?
35.
So 35. So my thing is this: it's good to get married early because you have somebody who can build with you. And women respect men more when they see you build because they know what went into it. And not only on top of that, if you get married young enough, your kids can still see their grandkids. And if you're really lucky, they can see their great grandkids. And they can get wisdom from people who got a vested interest in them. So that's why I always tell people, man, you know, when we start talking about these sexual marketplaces and all this other stuff, it is there for a reason. But at the same time, know why you're there. If you're there for a good time, you need to carry yourself as you going there for a good time, as long as everybody knows what's going on. But if you're there to find a wife, you might want to change up how you do it and how you vet these women and say, hey, is she moving like a wife? You see what I'm saying? Just like the women, they need to know, is this guy moving like a husband? And I think a lot of times out of 10, what happens is we like to get people or try to get people to do what we want them to do and forget about what's really going on and the original purpose. But we don't do that. We just get selfish. We want to feed our egos. Yeah, man, I knocked down 3, 4, 5 chicks. I'll tell you one thing, Easy Money. If you were down here in Alabama, there's a club called the Brass Key. You couldn't get into the Brass Key unless you was 25 years old. Oh my, and there's a reason why. I couldn't wait till I turned 25. But let me tell you something, the Brass Key is the grown folks lounge. They had grown women in there. It wasn't none of these little teeny boppers and all this other stuff. You can go in there, man, and hear all the music you want to hear, and then get you a fried fish plate. It was wild up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? I assure you, it would have changed your life, and your life would not be what it is today because you would have seen what was available to you after 25. So my thing is this, gentlemen, if you know a younger brother, tell him don't go to the Brass Key. Because you gonna find out your life gonna be ruined. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's available. And I think that's what happens to a lot of women. They find their own private Brass Key somewhere else and they get ruined. You know what I'm saying? They think they can stretch that thing out, but don't do that. Don't do that. But like I said earlier, the sexual marketplace thing, it's better to go ahead and get that thing out young. So that way you don't have all these hang-ups when you get older. You know what I'm saying? All this, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's real, bro. People get set in their ways.
All right, good. Trey Ferg, what you got? You got anything on it?
Yeah, it's been a lot of good stuff being said, and and
that was a great question.
Yeah, and just know that probably everybody on here don't use it in their next opportunity to really vet and use it as a good strategy. But Easy Money Jones, man, you're an interesting guy, man, and I think you are unique compared to.
Hey, Trey, let me stop you for a second. You have sons, right?
Yes.
Okay, so would they be 22 or not? Yes. Would you tell them if they find somebody young? Would you tell them to go ahead and get married or wait?
If I'm telling them today, at let's just say at 40, I would tell them to do like I tried. Go to college, find your woman in college, build with her, let her come around me so I can see if she has some good stock. But I'm also a guy that like, look, you look like your daddy, so it might be a little hard for you to, not just you come from good stock, so it might be a little hard for you to not to. But I'm also a visual guy. I've always been a visual guy. I'll be like, don't be bringing the whole wide backs over here. And I was like, don't be bringing no somebody that, if they lighter than me and can't use your comb, no, it don't happen over here. That's just me. I'm sorry, but
Go ahead.
just based on that, the market is what it is. It's a little different. It's a lot different today. And so as a young man, I would just say, trust the good advice that you get. Don't put yourself in a predicament where you're going to waste a lot of your youth money, because youth money is hard to come by when you're young, trying to get out there. Just save your money. Find you a skill set, whatever it's going to be over the next 4 or 5 years. Join the military, go to college, go to trade, whatever it is. If you got the gift of gab and you can talk your way to some money, do that. Put something together. But don't put yourself in a position with these women who are out here just making the sexual marketplace toxic. If she slept with a guy, don't even touch her. Just don't. You can be a friend, but don't even sleep with him, man. That's nasty, because your friend over there smell like peanut butter every day. So why would you but just as far as the women, man, they have different people promoting the nonsense, and you have people who are entertainers and they have microphones, so they speak to millions and they have the most views, they have the most followers and everything. But a lot of those people that are caught up in that propaganda lifestyle, they saying be single, have sex. They're not saying not have sex, because you got single mothers now in the entertainment. It's like now Ashanti and Nelly, that's no family. That's just relationships. That's part of the game. And the younger girl will see that and be like, oh yeah, see, I can do that. And this money's inflated, because we're not trying to get money to go get a 3-bedroom house and pay off all your bills and, raise some kids with the big nose and lips like you, because our easy money, I know all your kids look like you.
No, one of them, two of them look like their mama. One of them definitely look like me.
So you already had the D and everything good, right?
No, they're mine. They're all mine.
Those are good conversations in the street now. Brothers are going, and you look like you're going crazy.
Let's not go down that road. We're gonna
I'm
take
just saying. Okay. But
finish up that.
And in the reality, what I'm saying, I think it's going to get even worse going forward, because us brothers don't have the voices to the women. They're living this lifestyle growing up and just being sexual, promiscuous, save no money, waste all the resources. Brothers are still trying to patch up stuff and count our little money as we go. Then you hear the wisdom. So I just think it's just a dangerous road to go down, because easy money, you have small children. They're going to be, and I don't know if you got girls or boys. If you got boys, they going to get played. If you got girls, they going to be out here if you ain't there. Once they turn 21, they can go anywhere, brother. You better hope and pray you put some good love in them babies.
Right. I got 3 boys. So we're already prepping them for what life is going to be like after mom and dad. So yeah, I 100% understand that.
Let me tell you this, Easy Money. You probably need to get on a private line with BMU, because the way he says he talks to his sons, it might be a lesson in there somewhere for everybody. Hey, listen. That was a great question, Prototype, for us to go round robin. Everybody got a chance, and I don't want to. But I'm gonna let Easy Money say his last words, and then I'm gonna say mine, and then maybe we go let this go, because that was a good round robin for us to go ahead and finish this thing. Great question, man. I appreciate all you brothers coming up, man, because y'all made the show. Y'all really did. I mean,
you got an early bedtime tonight, R-Pain? What's going on here?
Well, and listen, I don't want to. They always say leave a little bit earlier than stay too long, right? That's what they say, right? But it's been over like almost an hour and 40 minutes. You came late, Trey. That's what I'll say. Anyway, but Easy Money, let me let you go ahead and say your last piece, and then I'll, end it up. Go ahead.
No, like I said, just first and foremost, appreciate you having me. Appreciate the convo. I told you this was going to be fun. You know, like at the end of the day, I don't think we're that far off in terms of what the view is. I just think that I think that the things that make us different and the different ways that we look at it create some good conversations. But at the end of the day, we want strong families. We want, mom, dad, babies, multi-generational influences. We want a strong Black community. At the end of the day, I think we all want that. So, like I said, we just got different ways of looking at things, and I appreciate the differences. I appreciate the conversation. Definitely appreciate you, Trey, for bullying me to get back in the gym. So, definitely appreciate that.
Bullying works.
It does. It does. Because if you've made one more comment about my neck, man, I was going to ask you to drop the location, man. I'm joking. I wasn't going to do that, but you get where I'm going.
Would you want to come raid my refrigerator?
No, I was going to come see you for a workout plan. So, like I said, definitely appreciate the conversation. Speaking of the babies, they are scouts, and I got to go in there and see what they're working on. So I appreciate you. Hopefully talk to you guys soon. Take care.
All right. Hey, listen, everybody, thanks for coming up again. Listen, I got like 97 videos on my channel, and I pick and choose from those videos to say, listen, these are good ones that we could talk about and expand on. And there's no better place to do it than right here on Black Man Unfiltered Network. And I really appreciate him giving me the venue and having the brothers in the back. Thank you, Lost in Translation, for running stuff, and all the brothers who came up today. Too bad we didn't get a sister, but sometimes it's great to just have Black men talking to each other. And it turns out that was a good idea today. And listen, BMU, too bad you couldn't get a little bit. I know you're probably chomping at the bit that you couldn't get a little bit in that, but hey, man, there'll be some other times. So to everybody in the chat, I appreciate all your comments and things of that nature. And I don't go in the chat as much when I'm up here. I try to concentrate on what's being said. But with that, I want to tell everybody have a great night. Our Pain, the proud baby boomer, over and out.